What are your names?
Ludwig
und Cecily Benecke.
And what year and where were you born?
Ich wurde am
I was born
31.10.1986.
October 31st, 1986 in Bonn.
I was born on December 4th, 1989 in Bad Kreuznach.
For the moment, we live in Berlin. We will move next year to Oberfranken.
All these places are in Germany.
And what historic stream of the church did you grow up in or come to Christ in?
Ich bin
I grew up and I'm baptized Catholic, but I come from a mixed traditions. My father is Catholic, my mother is Protestant. I gave my life to Christ in the charismatic Catholic renewal movement. Afterwards, I was for a long time in the Free Church and for 2 years in a church of Messianic Jews.
Genau, ich bin
I was baptized and grew up in a Lutheran church. I started to believe at the YMCA in Germany, in Munich. Yes, that's my background.
das ist mein Hintergrund.
And what got you interested in unity and reconciliation within the church universal?
Wahrscheinlich mein
Probably
Hintergrund,
my background, how I come out of a marriage of a Catholic and a Protestant, which for us was always a big theme of how unity can look. Afterwards, when I was in the Free Church, it wasn't really a big theme, and to realize then that there is maybe a lot missing, or that the main focus is on their own church and not the universal aspect. And yes, especially to meet Messianic Jews and then to realize that maybe the roots are not like I think they are and go back even earlier to the Jews. I believe that the whole package brought me to the point that I realize now that many people still see separation, whereas we in our marriage, in our fellowship, see that doesn't have to be separation. Rather, we worship the Lord together in unity, and that this is the most important.
Exactly. For me, it comes a lot from my parents, who were really involved in this theme. And I also came through my parents into the organization TJC2, which deals with this theme of unity. Exactly. And then also getting in touch with Messianic movement gave me a lot of tailwinds to go into that. Through this, I could discover the common roots from all different Christians.
And what has been your most powerful memories of reconciliation, whether connected to Wittenberg or not?
Ja.
Bei mir
For me, it
wahrscheinlich
was probably Yad B'Yad. It is an initiative of the Philippus ministry where Israeli Messianic Jews came to Germany to meet German youth and get to know each other for 1 week and then drive together to Auschwitz for a weekend and just to go through the place and to see these experiences and to see this suffering together. And that was for me, I experienced it twice, and both times I was on the return journey to Israel. And that was for me a very
tiefes
deep
Erlebnis.
experience.
Ich glaube,
I
für
think
mich war
for
es
me, it was probably last year in Trent with Wittenberg 2017. There was one evening, there was every stream, every church congregation came together and collected 3 pearls which characterized them as a church. as their treasure which they bring to the body of Christ. This treasure was presented the next evening. For me, it was really moving to see the day before everyone repented for his own denomination and brought it before the Lord. And then in this community to share these pearls and to see what are the gifts of the other streams and how much we need each other to build a complete body. That was incredibly moving and expanded my horizon, not only to look, there are Catholics, there are Lutherans, there's so much more what God lets arise, that you see his fullness and can worship him.
präsentiert ist und angebetet werden kann.
And in your mind, what does reconciliation and unity look like in the body of Christ?
Ja, das wurde ja hier
These
an den
days
Tagen
they were
auch.
talking also about it. It's about unity, but not uniformity.
The variety.
The main aspect is that both love each other in Jesus Christ, and as Jesus accepts us, so we should accept each other. That has to be the picture that, for me, is living in unity. Without this foundation, we can't go on this way.
Fällt.
Ja, und ich
And
glaube,
for me, it became clear that the marriage is the most beautiful picture of unity, because it won't function with two people if Jesus isn't the third person in the covenant. It's kind of the same with denominations, how they only function together when they look to the Lord. Then there can also be unity in
in der
variety.
Vielfalt geben.